Hello friends, welcome to the class of FTFM CS Final. How are you? In the last class of FTFM, the cost of capital chapter, we have discussed some important questions and from past year examination questions, and today I am going to start the few models which can be used in cost of capital chapter. The few relevant models which can be used in COC cost of capital chapter. There are different models to be used in this chapter and might be some questions. There are some questions which can be understood, which can be taken into consideration on the basis of these models. So number one model, today I am going to start the number one model, the earning price model or the earning yield model. The earning price model or the earning yield model, the first model in the cost of capital chapter, earning price and earning yield model. In this model, basically according to this model, KE stands for cost of equity, is the relationship between MPS, and EPS. KE basically is the relationship between EPS and MPS. According to this model, the earning price model, which can be understood also as earning yield model. According to this model, K is the relationship between EPS and MPS. K is the relationship. The cost of equity is the relationship between the cost of equity is the relationship between EPS and MPS. And equity shareholders pays the market price to become the owner of equity shares. Obviously, an equity shareholder pays the market price to become the owner of equity shares. Obviously, to purchase the equity share, the shareholders have to pay some price to keep the shares, to purchase the shares, and there are certain assumptions of this model. There are few assumptions in this model which can be understood, which can be taken into consideration. The main assumption is that the relationship between EPS and MPS will remain the same. The relationship between EPS and MPS will remain the same. जो EPS and MPS का relationship है will remain the same. The relationship between EPS and MPS will remain the same, means there will be no change in the relationship between EPS and MPS. And another important thing is, the main note is, this model assumes that risk of the company remains constant over the year perpetuity. The risk of the company remains constant. The risk of the company remains constant over the years means perpetuity. The risk of the company remains constant over the years means perpetuity. Hence, required rate of return KE will remain constant. Hence, the required rate of return means KE remains constant. And as per the earning price model, the earning yield model, the cost of equity, the formula to calculate cost of equity is equals to EPS divided by MPS. The formula to calculate cost of equity is equals to EPS divided by MPS. EPS divided by MPS. And in this model, how to calculate EPS? In the same manner, to calculate the EPS, we need earning before interest and tax. From earning before interest and tax, we have to deduct interest on long-term loans or debentures. The balance left can be taken as the balance left considered as earning. The balance left considered as earning before tax minus tax at specified percentage, minus tax at specified percentage. The balance can be taken as earning after tax. The balance can be taken as earning after tax, and if there are some preference shareholders in the capital structure, we have to deduct preference dividend to get the earning for equity or the earning per share. So the earning for equity divided by number of equity shares, earning for equity divided by number of equity share, the balance left, the balance is equals to EPS. And to calculate, as per the earning yield model, the formula to calculate KE is equals to EPS divided by MPS. So the first model, the earning price model or the earning yield model, the formula to calculate the cost of equity is equals to, as per earning yield model, is equals to EPS divided by MPS. The second model, dividend yield model or the dividend price model. Another important model. According to this model, K is the relationship between dividend per share and the market price per share. K is the relationship between dividend per share and market price per share. As per the dividend model, as per the dividend yield model or the dividend price model, K is the relationship between dividend per share and market price per share. K is the relationship between dividend per share and market price per share, and this model assumes that equity shareholders expectation is restricted to the amount of dividend receivable. The equity shareholders expectation, as per this model, there are two expectations of equity shareholders, and in this case the only one expectation. This model assumes that equity shareholders expectation is restricted to the amount of dividend receivable. Equity shareholders expectation is limited to the amount of dividend receivable by him against the market price which he pays to procure the share, secure the share or procure the share. So as per this model, there are few assumptions that the DPS and MPS will remain constant. The DPS and MPS, the dividend per share and the market price per share, will remain the constant. The DPS and MPS will remain constant. The number 2 forever. In other words, the risk and required rate of return remains constant. The risk and the required rate of return remains constant. As per this model, the risk and the required rate of return remains constant. So as per this model, as per the earning yield model, the formula to calculate KE is equals to EPS divided by MPS, but in this case, the formula to calculate the cost of equity is equals to DPS divided by MPS, And the third model is basically the dividend growth model or dividend discount model. Very important model, dividend growth model and dividend discount model. So as per this model, the Gordon model, according to Gordon, the equity shareholder expects to receive dividend each year. Which should grow at the same pace at which the companies are growing annually. Which should grow at the same pace at which the company's earnings are growing annually. The expectation of the equity shareholder is to estimate, is to gain, is to verify, is to expect to the rate of earning, is to expect the rate of dividend will grow in the same manner as the rate of earning of the company. So apart from this, the shareholder expects a growth in the market value of the share. I told you there are two expectations of the shareholders. One is the incremental in the market value of the share, increase in the market value of the share, regular increase in the market value of the share, or the other one is regular dividend. Regular dividend is subject to profit. Dividend is subject to profit. कंपनी को प्रॉफिट होगा तभी कंपनी क्या पे करेगी, डिविडेंड पे करेगी, एंड द डिविडेंड इज सब्जेक्ट टू प्रॉफिट. देयर आर टू एक्सपेक्टेशन ऑफ द शेयर होल्डर टू इंक्रीज regular increase in the market value of the share or to receive regular dividend from the company. So apart from this, the shareholders expect a growth in the market value of the share. So the KE, the cost of equity, is equals to D1 divided by P0 plus G. The cost of equity is equals to D1 divided by P0 plus G. D1 is equals to D0 into 1 plus G. D0 stands for the last declared dividend. 1 plus G. G stands for growth rate. G stands for growth rate. So I have to multiply the last declared dividend with the 1 plus G. G stands for growth rate. And so as per the dividend growth model, dividend discount model, the formula to calculate cost of equity, is equals to D1 divided by P0 plus G. D1 divided by P0 plus G. And the other formula to calculate other concept, the earning growth model. The earning growth model, least important method. According to this model, the expectation of the equity shareholder and the sum of earning yield and capital growth. Expectation of the equity shareholder is to evaluate the sum of earning yield and capital growth to maximize. Sum of earning yield and capital growth to maximize. And the formula to calculate cost of equity in this case, is equals to EPS divided by MPS. EPS divided by MPS plus G. EPS divided by MPS plus G. Earning per share divided by market price per share plus growth rate. Earning per share divided by market price per share plus growth rate. So there are 4 models which we have discussed in this class. Number 1 model, earning price or earning yield model. As per earning yield model, the cost of equity is equals to EPS divided by MPS. As per earning yield model, the cost of equity is equals to EPS divided by MPS. But as per dividend growth model, the cost of equity is equals to DPS divided by MPS. The cost of equity is equals to DPS divided by MPS. And as per the dividend growth model, there is altogether different approach to calculate market price of a share. So to calculate the cost of equity, the formula to calculate the cost of equity, KE is equals to D1 divided by P0 plus G, whereas D1 is equals to D0 into 1 plus G. And as per earning growth model, the formula to calculate the cost of equity is equals to EPS divided by MPS plus G. EPS divided by MPS plus G. So please note down these models, these concepts, and then I will proceed to solve certain questions based on cost of capital chapter. So please note down. So questions based on, some more questions based on cost of capital chapter. So the question, I am taking the question. The question is, a company issues rupees 10 lakh 16% debentures of rupees 100 each. The company is in 35% tax bracket. The company is in 35% tax bracket. You are required to calculate cost of debt after tax if debentures are issued at number 1 par, number 2 10% discount, number 3 10% premium. The A part of the question, and the B part, if brokerage is paid at 2%, what will be the cost? Of debentures if issue is at par. The next question, the first question based on cost of non-redeemable debt. The second question based on cost of redeemable debt. A company issues rupees 10 lakh 12% debentures of rupees 100 each. The debentures are redeemable after the expiry of fixed period of 7 years. After the expiry of fixed period of 7 years. Tax rate is 35%. Calculate the cost of debt. After tax if debentures are issued at number 1 par, number 2 10% discount, number 3 10% premium. The A part of the question, and the B part, if brokerage is paid at 2%, what will be the cost of debentures if issue is at par? So there are two questions. Based on the cost of capital chapter. A company issues the first question based on the cost of non-redeemable debt. The first question based on cost of non-redeemable debt, and the first question is a company issues rupees 10 lakh 16% debenture of rupees 100 each. The company issues 10%, 16% rupees 10 lakh debentures of rupees 100 each. The tax rate is 35%. The tax rate is 35%. And the other thing, the tax rate is 35%. You are required to calculate cost of debt. You are required to calculate cost of debenture, means cost of debt after tax. If debentures are issued at, number one, if debentures are issued at par, number two, 10% discount, number three, 10% premium. And the second portion, the second part of the question, if brokerage is paid at 10%, if brokerage is paid at 10%, what will be the cost of debentures? What will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? So first part, the A part of the question, the formula to calculate, it means there is no information regarding redemption is provided in the question. So these debentures are non-redeemable debentures. So the KD is equals to I1 minus T divided by P. So if the debentures are issued at par, the KD is equals to I stands for interest rate. Interest rate is 16%. 1 minus tax rate is 35%. P stands for flotation price. Number one option, flotation price. Number two, market price. Number three, face value. No information regarding flotation price is given. So the flotation price, no information regarding flotation price is given. So the face value can be taken as, the value of P. So P stands for flotation price or market price or face value. The face value is rupees 100. 16 into 0.65. 16 into 10.4 divided by 100. 0.104, that is 10.4%. 10.4% is cost of debt. Second part, if the debentures are issued at 10% discount, KD is equals to 16% is interest rate, tax rate is 35%, and if the debentures are issued at discount, then the net issue proceeds is equals to face value minus discount. The face value is 100, the discount is 10% of 100, net issue proceed is 90, 10.40 divided by 90, 10.40, that is 11.55%. Third part is at 10% premium. Interest rate 16%, tax rate 35%. If debentures are issued at premium, the net issue proceed is equals to face value plus premium. So the face value is 100, premium is 10% of 100. So the final balance is 110. 10.40 divided by 110. 10.40 0.09454, that is 9.45% approximately. So please note down this portion of the question. So first part of the question, to calculate the cost of debt in first three cases, and the second part, if brokerage is paid at 2%, what will be the cost of debentures if issue is at par? What will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? What will be the cost of debenture if the debentures issued at par? So the cost of debt in the second part, I1 minus T divided by P. I stands for interest rate. The interest rate is 16. The tax rate is 35%. P stands for flotation price or market price or face value. Flotation price or market price or face value. So if brokerage is paid at 2%, what will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? Brokerage is paid at 2%. So the face value of the debenture is 100. The brokerage amount is 2%. 2% of 100 is equals to 2. The balance is 98. So the value of P is 98. 16 into 16 multiplied by 0.65, 10.40 divided by 98, 10.4 divided by 98, 0.1061, that is 10.61%, around about 10.62%. So if the brokerage is paid at 2%, then the final balance in hand is equals to 100 minus 2% of 100 is equals to 98 rupees. So the value of P, the flotation price, the value of the P becomes 98 in this case. After deduction of brokerage from the face value, the company will receive rupees 98 as net issue proceeds of the debentures. So this solution consists of the information regarding if the amount, there is any brokerage at the time of issue of debenture, then the brokerage will be deducted from the from the value of the debentures. So please note down this portion of the question, then we're going to solve the question based on redeemable preference shares. So the second question, a company issues rupees 10 lakh 12% debentures of rupees 100 each. A company issues rupees 10 lakh 12% debenture of rupees 100 each. The debentures are redeemable after the expiry of fixed period. Means the debentures are redeemable. These are redeemable debenture. The redemption period is 7 years. So the debentures are redeemable after the fixed period of 7 years. The tax rate is 35%. Calculate the cost of debt after tax. If debentures are issued at first case at par, number 2 at discount, number 3 at 10% premium, and in the second part of the question, if brokerage is paid at 2%, then what will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? So, for the first part of the question, the formula to calculate cost of debt is equals to I1 minus T plus redemption value minus net issued proceeds divided by same redemption value plus net issue proceeds divided by 2. So I stands for interest rate, T stands for tax rate, redemption value minus net issue proceeds divided by life whole divided by redemption value plus net issue proceeds divided by 2. So in the first case, the debentures are issued at par. Debentures are issued at par. So the cost of debt, I stands for interest rate. The interest rate is 12%. The interest rate is 12%. 12% debentures. 1 minus tax rate. The tax rate is 35%. The redemption value. No information regarding redemption value is given in the question. So, in the absence of any information, the face value can be taken as the redemption value. So the face value is 100. The net issue proceeds is rupees 100 because no information is given, divided by number of years. The life is 7 years, divided by 100 plus 100 divided by 2. 12 into 0.65. 12 multiplied by 0.65, 7.8 divided by 100, 0.07800 means 7.8%. 7.8%. In the second case, debentures are issued at 10% discount. Debentures are issued at 10% discount. So the KD is equals to interest rate 12, 1 minus tax rate 35%, redemption value 100, net issue proceeds. So the face value is rupees 100 after deduction of 10% of discount. After deduction of 10% discount, the net issue proceed is equals to face value minus discount. Face value minus discounts. Face value is rupees 100 and the discount is 10% of 100. So the final balance is rupees 90. Final balance is rupees 90. Net issue proceed is 90 divided by life 7 years divided by 100 rupees is the redemption value. Net issue proceed is 90 divided by 2. 12 into 0.65. 12 into 0.65. 7.80. 10 divided by 7. 10 divided by 7. 1.42. 190 divided by 2, 95, 7.80 plus 1.42, 9.22 divided by 95, 0.970 means 9.70%. Means 9.70%. In case if the debentures are issued at discount, then the redemption value is equals to 100 rupees and the cost of debt is equals to 9.7%. The cost of debt in this case is equals to 9.7%. So in the third case, the debentures are issued at 10% premium. So first of all, please note down these 2 points. So in third part, debentures are issued at 10% premium. So the KD I equals to interest rate, tax rate 35%, redemption value 100, redemption value is rupees. If debentures are issued at 10% premium, then the net issue proceeds is equals to 110 divided by year 7, then 100 plus 110 divided by 2, 12 multiplied by 0.65, 7.8, 7.8, 6.38 divided by 105, 0.6076, around about 6.08%. And in the last part, if brokerage is paid at 2%, what will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? What will be the cost of debenture if issue is at par? So, in this case, in the B part of the question, the net issue proceeds. The face value is 100, 2% is brokerage, 2% of 100. The final balance is 98. KD equals to 12. Redemption value is 100. Net issue proceed 98 divided by 7. 100 plus 98 divided by, because the amount of net issue proceed is 98, 12 multiplied by 0.65, 7.8, 2 divided by 7. 7.80, 8.09 divided by 99, 8.17%. 8.17% is basically the cost of redeemable debentures if debentures are issued at 2%, if the brokerage is paid at the rate 2%. So please note down this portion. The next question, a company issued $40,000 12% redeemable preference shares of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 5 each, comma, redeemable after 10 years at a premium of rupees 10 each. The flotation cost of each share is rupees 2. You are required to calculate cost of preference share capital ignore dividend tax. So company issues 40,000 12% redeemable preference shares, 40,000 12% redeemable preference share of rupees 100 each at a premium of rupees 5 each, redeemable after 10 years at a premium of rupees 10 each. So the debentures issued at a premium of rupees 5 each and redeemable at a premium of rupees 10 each. At the time of issue, the amount of premium is rupees 5, but at the time of redemption, the amount of premium would be rupees 10 per share. The flotation cost of each share is rupees 2. You are required to calculate cost of preference share capital. Ignore dividend tax, means no, the corporate dividend tax, the amount of corporate dividend tax is nil. The amount of CDD is nil in this case. So the cost of preference share, the cost of redeemable preference share, D plus CDD plus redemption value minus net issue proceeds divided by life whole divided by redemption value plus net issue proceeds divided by 2. These are 12% preference shares. 12% preference shares means dividend is 12% on the face value. The face value is rupees 100. 12% of 100 is equals to 12 rupees. 12% of 100 is equals to 12 rupees. The amount of CDD is nil. The redemption value, the debentures are redeemable. The redemption value is face value is equals to 100. Debentures are redeemable at 10 rupees premium, means the redemption value is 110. The redemption value is 110 minus net issue proceeds. Net issue proceeds The face value at the time of redemption, the debentures are issued at 5 rupees premium. But the flotation cost is rupees 2. So the balance left is 103. The balance left 103 divided by life. Debentures are redeemable after, preference shares are redeemable after 10 years. Whole divided by redemption value is 100. Net issue proceed is 103 divided by 2. 12 plus 7 divided by 10. 7 divided by 10.70. 100 plus 103. $101.50. 12.70 divided by 101.50. 0.1248, that is 12.49. The cost of redeemable preference shares, amounts to 12.49%. So please note down this question and solution. So these questions are based on the cost of capital chapter. So some more questions and some more concepts we will discuss in the next class. आज के लिए इतना ही. Goodbye. Take care. All the best.